see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I'm calling this Crowd Strike Ukrainian Imperial Stout. Look at the head on that thing. Oh yeah. Wow. Makes me think of this. I actually found 2 more at Safeway this week, so I went ahead and grabbed some more. Bonus. Yeah, so this is a super dark chocolate, roast, leather, bourbon, oak. Oh, char. Very creamy mouthfeel. Yeah, it's firing on all cylinders. I thought that, well, I'll get to it. You're gonna see brew day footage of this stout, actually. I brewed it last week. I brewed it the weekend before last, is that right? Yeah, no, is that right? Yes, I brewed it the weekend before last. You actually saw that brew footage, but you are gonna see brew footage in this video too. I'm brewing so fast now, I'm like cranking out the beers. So, but you'll see brew footage this week of, I'm calling it Pop Quiz IPA. It's my annual pantry recipe. In the past, I've done saisons. I've done all kinds of stuff. I did an ESB one year. I think last year I did a saison. It's called Pantry Saison. This year it's going to be an IPA. It's a lot of Pilsner and 2-row and Vienna. A lot of Vienna malt. Some Crystal 15. And I think that's it. Is that it as far as the grains? And then, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and some malted wheat. Malted wheat? No, malted oats. Oat malt, I think it is. And then for hops, Antonum or Autumnum, however you pronounce it, and Cascade, and then some Columbus for bittering. All of the Autumnum and Cascade, I put in 1 ounce each at 5 minutes, and then I put another ounce in each for a 20-minute whirlpool at 180 degrees. And then I'm probably going to throw some more in for dry hop potentially. So, and then I used Kvike flakes from my harvested NHC flakes, and it worked. It worked. So I got the heat wrap on it. But anyway, it's at 85 degrees and it's bubbling away. Should be about a 6.5–7% beer, something like that. But this thing is freaking deadly. Oh man, it's so good. You saw in the last video all that Knob Creek bourbon I put in essentially 2 mason jars with split whatever those bag size of oak chips. What are they, 4 ounces? I don't know what they are. I'll put half in one mason jar, half in the other mason jar, and then I filled it up with bourbon in both. So it's probably about 16 ounces of bourbon, I'm guessing. And then I did a shot out on the brew tubers to say, hey, is this enough or is this too much? And a lot of folks came back, hey, that's a lot of bourbon. But man, I'm loving it. It you know, in the past I've kind of erred on the side of caution and not put enough bourbon in, and and it didn't kind of come close to this, but this one reminds me of this. So I'm really, really happy with this, super happy with this, and some of you guys are going to reap the benefits. So anyway, yeah, I guess it's going to be a quick one today. I'm also happy because hockey is back tonight, and the Caps are doing awesome. And then I got some Union Jack. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see. I think all the scores are starting to roll in for the SJ Pour, so we should be hearing something on those soon. Still knocking on the maple, hanging on by my chinny chin chin. Yeah, that's, I haven't done one of these reviews of this on camera, but there's this really cool brewery here called Two Silos. It's out in, it's in, I'm trying to think of the name of the town in Virginia. It's, I guess it's technically Manassas, but these guys are awesome. There's these two huge silos. It used to be a farm or something, or a grain silo or something, and they converted it into a brewery. And it's almost like a mini Six Flags. I mean, they've got, just all kinds of stuff going on. There's pavilions. There's usually bands out there playing. I guess in the winter they put igloos out there and the little heaters inside. You can rent an igloo and like drink beer, and pretty cool place. But this thing was dry hopped with Citra Mosaic. But I think it's got to have some. It's got Tangerine Puree in it. Puree. It's really, really good. Very tangerine-y, almost a little over the top. But anyway, Two Silos. If anybody ever comes visit and we got some time, I'll have to go hit Two Silos. It's a very interesting place. All right, that's all I got for this week. Not a whole lot. Just ramping up, getting ready for Christmas and New Year's, and got our New Year's Eve party I'm looking forward to. We've got some out of country guests coming to visit us. I guess it isn't not this weekend, but next weekend maybe. So we'll be busy doing all kinds of stuff. So anyway, here's to you and yours, wishing you a happy holiday season, and have yourself a happy homebrew and a very, very, man, this stuff is good. And a very, very happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers. Good morning, Brew Tubers. So today is a annual tradition I usually do called the Pantry Series. So I'm doing a Pantry IPA. Pantry meaning it's all the leftover ingredients I have. And actually a lot of them are from, I think I got this some kind of Belgian recipe from National Homebrew Convention. And I saved the grains I didn't really use. I also have some honey and some extract, but I'll use that on something else. But I'm using the grains, a little bit of malted oats. Then I'm using kind of what I have left over from my Pilsner and 2-row bins. So I'm trying to empty those out. So that's about a little over 10 pounds of that. Getting close here, I'm gonna have to go and strike. And then I'm using the flaked Kawaiikis and then the hops that I got from NHC. So I'll come back later and I gotta do a strike in. Okay, so I've got the underlet going. So my target temperature for this one is going to be 153, I think. So it said for as much water that I was putting in, which ended up being, I think, it was like 18 liters, something like that. Strike water temperature needed to be 169, so got pretty close to that. So we'll see how close I get to. I'll come back whenever I have enough fluid to turn on the mash tun temp probe. All right, that was pretty close. See how long it takes the herms to catch up. And there goes the heater for the hot liquor tank. Come on, baby, 153. Let's go. Come on. It should be almost there. Come on. Oh, there we go. All right, so it'll shut off here in a minute. Cheers. And we are there at temp. It should shut off right now. Come on, shut off. I need to fix the delay on this thing so right when it gets to 153 it shuts off, because now it's gonna go up to 154 and then shut off. I don't like that. Yeah. Well, no, I guess it's pretty close. Okay, so yeah, so I'm doing this American IPA. It's a pantry recipe. Kind of talked a little bit about what was going to be in it. I'm using for hops. I'm using the name of these is kind of weird, so let me see if I can find it here. Autumn, kind of like autumn. So I'm using that. I'm using Cascades. Let's see what all I'm using here. So I've got Columbus for bittering, and Cascade, and autonym for flavor and aroma. So I'm going to kill it all, I think, in the final minutes of the boil. I think it's like 5 minutes or something like that. And then for yeast, I'm going to use my nice little baggie of this Kawaiian yeast that I harvested from another brew, from the, I forget what you call it, the sample I got from NHC. So I don't normally check pH when I do IPAs because my IPAs kind of turn out well, but I just did it for shits and giggles this time because I'm playing with my pH meter. I also picked up some lactic acid and some more calcium carbonate from the homebrew store. But I checked it, and my mash, unless my pH meter could be messed up because I didn't have enough of the storing solution in it, and it kind of crystallized, and it looked like all the salt and stuff kind of formed around the pH meter. So I cleaned all that off. I calibrated it, and it still wouldn't get to 7 and 4, but it was reading close. But then when I read the mash, it was way up to like 6.8 or something like that, 6.5. And I don't normally check on IPAs because I've just never messed with it. I only do it on when I'm doing souring or if I'm doing a big imperial stout and I'm using a lot of dark grades. So I added a bunch of lactic acid. I got it down to 5.8. So that still seems high, but I don't normally adjust my pH on IPAs. So I think I'm going to leave it at 5.8 and not try to get to the 5.2 to 5.4 sweet spot and see what happens with the IPA. See if I get a noticeable difference in what I normally get with IPA. So we'll see. I'm doing the sparge right now, and it's just started. So cheers. Okay, I missed the first hop drop, but that was 0.3 ounces of Columbus. You can see the grain already. Okay, so I put the temperature controller on. I'm cranking up the heat. It's at 77 degrees right now, and I got the heat wrap on, and it looks like the Kawaiian flakes are working. Okay, so got the I have the Kawaiian IPA up to 80 degrees, got the heat wrap on, and it's bubbling pretty well. So that's confirmation that those Kawaiian flakes that I harvested, I guess, are good. Cheers. Okay, so this thing now is going at, you should see 85 degrees. It's not 58, it's 85, and it's going pretty well for 85 degrees. Love the Kawaiian.